Well, hello, my beautiful Leo. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for September 2024. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Leo, this is your monthly reading for September. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. And in the meantime, I'm going to let you know astrologically what to expect for the month ahead. Now, I can't believe we're in the month of September, but here we are. We've officially moved into Virgo season. And let's just face the facts. This is a really big month for a number of reasons. It will literally be the wild card energetically that bridges us to the very intense climactic month of October. Anyway, let's not get ahead of ourselves and focus on September 1st. Heavyweight planets Pluto and Uranus are here to shake things up a little, as if we weren't already dealing with quite a lot. And of course, Saturn, it clashes with the new moon on the 2nd, and then there is also a full moon eclipse on the 17th of September to top things off. But let's just take a minute to catch your breath and really dissect this to see how you can utilize this powerful energy to benefit or enrich your personal life in some way. Now, firstly, Virgo season encourages us all to be the best version of ourselves, to stay on track towards our goals, remain practical, organized, and make serious progress towards anything that we want to accomplish. Saturn, of course, is a hard taskmaster, making sure that we get back to basics, remain grounded, and focused in all of your endeavors. You may feel called to detox this month, or to set new health goals in motion, or compelled to meticulously cast a critical eye on areas of your life that could run a little smoother. But be mindful that you must be compassionate with your wonderful self, as it can be a destructive energy to pursue perfection. Now, cleaning house metaphorically or repairing things physically, DIY, decluttering, and completing anything that you've started will be your primary focus now. Okay, let's take a deep dive into the difficult stuff for this month. And if you would rather not hear about the intense influences that the planetary alignments have in store for us, then please fast forward this until all the cards are on the table. And if that's you, see you on the other side. And for the rest of you who want to stay on, let's talk about the combustible planet Uranus. It slows down to a stationary retrograde position on the 2nd of September in the sign of Taurus. Now, this really is a big deal, as Uranus is a rebellious planet that tends to shock us or awaken us with brutal global or personal truths. It can cause sudden restructures, U-turns on promises, disruptions, in chaos. It can also amplify seismic or volcanic activity, especially in volcanoes that have remained dormant for quite some time. Okay, so I want you to be aware of that one as well. It can also cause an increase in tornadoes or hurricane strengths, as well as weather systems in general. And from now until October, we could see some large-scale power or internet outages, as well as major travel disruptions. Now, Uranus tends to break things apart to shift pressure or abolish things that are no longer working, to reveal the truth and force us on a personal level, but also on a global scale, to transform, fix, or find a solution for the better. But what we do need to keep our eye on, sorry, they just want me to put these in order. What we do need to keep our eye on is the fact that Uranus is currently in the sign of Taurus. So we could see some critical wobbles in the financial sector, or even a change in some countries of how they interact with money as a physical, tangible asset. Now, it would be a great idea to save down any financial statements or documents as proof of funds, or any important projects that you're working on in case there are gremlins in the system. Now, I'm not here to worry anybody or scare anyone. I only mention these things because Pluto also re-enters Capricorn, and the last time that happened was in 2008. If you know what I mean. So it will be here until the 19th of November, where it will then switch signs into Aquarius. Now, I did mention in my yearly forecast that, the last time Pluto entered Aquarius was in 1778, a time of revolution. I'm not saying that we'll repeat that cycle, but it could lend itself to some pretty turbulent energy. And of course, it's not all doom and gloom. We do have to be honest, though, and anyone who stayed on to listen to this can already feel the shift and can see where it could be headed. So on that positive note, this combination could also expose major corruption in long-standing establishments, to tear down the curtain of secrecy, revealing global truths, shocking news that could bring changes to the status quo. There could also be breakthroughs in new technology. The combination of Uranus and Pluto could see a sudden removal of political figures too. And on a global scale, there is a lot going on in the next 3 months. I got to be honest with you, and September is the catalyst. But on a personal level, this challenging time can draw people together, unity, choosing to coexist in harmony, perhaps inspire some people to look at alternative paths. And actually, more millionaires are created during these times, so it can be really positive. And remember, we are currently in Virgo season, and Virgo is the great strategist, the calm in the chaos, who locks onto the goal beyond the chaos and strides boldly towards success, making life happen on your own terms, regardless of the circumstances outside of yourself. It's about leaving the familiar to accomplish the extraordinary, to embrace this combustible energy to work with you and not against you. And of course, I have saved the best for last, for we have a glorious trine as our saving grace. Venus will be in Libra, forming a trine with Jupiter, planet of good luck and auspicious outcomes. So for you personally, anything you've been working hard to accomplish will be met with positive results. And if you're looking for love, opportunities to meet new people are going to be sent your way. And of course, if you're in a relationship already, good times lie ahead as you team up to overcome any challenges towards success and deepen your loving connection, okay? So let's get to your personal cards for the month of September, just so you're aware of what is going on a global scale. Now, your first card there is the Moon card. So this is about you focusing on your goals and dreams, really, trying to make life happen for you. And it's also about you looking at, your intuition, deepening your intuition, paying close attention to your hunches at this time. I mean, you've got the Temperance card, so you're trying to deal with being practical. You're focusing on your true life's mission, your purpose, but also I feel like you're blending energies to be in a very secure position because you have that Four of Pentacles there as well. But, your second house of value is influencing you at the beginning of the month, and this is about how you value yourself. It's about looking at situations where you give away your power, undersell your talents, or notice when people underestimate you. So this card could really be you looking at where people drain your energy or your resources at this time. And some of you, you may be looking at, really channeling this energy to level up in some way, be that go-getter, achieve whatever it is that you deserve and put effort into. Some of you are going to be looking at budget plans, savings plans, pensions, real estate. And, with the Moon card, this is an energy that, if you dream big and bold, you can accomplish whatever it is you set out to do. And the path is being made clear to overcome an obstacle. So with this card, it can also indicate some of you are thinking about more independence in your life. So it could be that you are trying to mediate a balance between having that independent streak, but also creating comfort in your world. We must have the two coexisting together because, of course, if you get too comfortable in a situation, it can slip into complacency. We just start to feel a bit stagnant or stuck in a routine, something that perhaps we really wanted at some stage, and now that we've accomplished it, we're like, okay, what next? So I feel like you're looking at the what next stage of your life. Some of you may launch businesses during this month, or I mean, on a personal level, this is about you looking at your goals and dreams, reflecting on who you are. I see a lot of you are going to make some major discoveries regarding yourself. You know, you're learning more about what you want, what you certainly do not want, and I feel this is about you connecting to things that really teach you how to live in the moment, to have more sort of stillness, or be kind of more mindful of the present moment, to find yourself really present in circumstances, in groups of people, and really follow your passions towards joy and happiness, the simplistic life, as it were. But with that moon card, this is a deep, very deep, thoughtful period where you're connecting to your inner world and you're making your dreams become a reality, because we've got a lot of energy here of you focusing on a plan. You know, you're grounding all those visions into a plan, and you're going to be very productive and make life work for you, not against you. And I feel, you know, your 8th house, it takes over from that house, the 2nd house there at the end of the month. And this is all about your joint finances. So transforming debt, repayment plans, mortgages, credit card, you know, it could also be that you team up with somebody in order to action some sort of financial change, or it could be that you just, you know, create some sort of competition between you and a family member or friend and says, okay, I can save more than you this month, or I can spend less than you this month. And it's almost like an incentive where you challenge each other to do something that really benefits both of you. So I feel, you know, your 8th house is so important because it's about transforming your finances for the better. So a lot of you are going to be focused predominantly on money, on structure, on, you know, valuing yourself and not basically allowing anyone to drain you of your power. I feel, if anything, you are very empowered, especially at the end of the month, where you allow yourself to shine. And something that you were worried about, I feel like you look at worry itself and see what the trigger is so that you can overcome it and realize actually you're in a very secure position, even if things have felt a little bit turbulent recently there too. Now, of course, because we've got the moon card and we've got the sun card in your reading for the month, this can be you looking at where you feel drained. You know, you're exhausted. You're doing life as best you can. You're doing an awesome job. But with the Temperance card, it's like you're trying to keep on top of things. You may be like spinning lots of plates. I feel like you're trying to temper the energy because I feel it's been quite fast paced recently. And I feel like you're trying to get back in the flow. For some of you, it could be that you've just gone on a vacation and you just come back and, you know, you're sort of alive and inspired with ideas of how to restructure your time or the things that you really want to connect to, because you do have the Temperance card twice in your reading. And this is all about you and your purpose. So this is you connecting to examining your priorities, making sure that you're on track, and leading with moderation towards your goals and dreams. It's almost like you're blending all the skill set that you have. So a lot of you, if you're in a career, for example, this could be you a little bit nervous about either taking on some sort of new position, but I feel a lot of you actually have the knowledge to get yourself into that position. But it could be that, you know, there is a problem-solving experience at your working environment and your knowledge comes to the fore and you kind of save the day. For some of you, this could be that you're thinking about taking a class of learning in order to upskill in some way so that you stand out above the competition, because you have that 5 of Pentacles there and you have the Sun. So I feel like you are looking at what you have to offer because you really are an asset. But of course, you know, there's a lot of competition out there and you're making sure that you're just ahead of that competition, which I see that you are. Okay. Now, if you're currently looking for work, you know, the job market is a little bit difficult right now. There's a little bit of uncertainty there, but I do see that you will secure something that requires your knowledge. And this is something that I feel may come back around. So if you went up for something and you feel it didn't go your way, I'm going to have to pull a card on that actually, because I feel it's like there was something that wasn't meant for you because the money wasn't right, even though you were willing to perhaps take it. I feel like there's a new opportunity coming your way that actually is a little bit more money, but somehow it's connected to the last thing. So it could be that you went up for an interview and with a certain company and it didn't go the way you hoped for, but they may reach out for an alternative role. Or it could be that if you are going through like a mediator, because of course the Temperance card can connect to like an agency that sort of aligns you with work, there may be something through that same agency, like something didn't go your way, but something else is being offered here that's actually more financially lucrative. Yeah, it's like I'm just being given that, you know, it's not the same role that you went up for that you didn't get. If you've been rejected on something there, remember, rejection is protection and redirection. So I feel with that Eight of Cups, something isn't fulfilling. I actually feel some of you even thought about walking away from this, or you chose to not connect to this. The Three of Wands is alternative opportunities, and I see one coming in that is going to be really exciting, but there may be a little bit of nerves around this because some of you may feel that either there's something on the resume or the sort of task list that they're looking for that maybe you don't have on your resume. Don't sweat that, because I feel like they really love you, and also I feel that you have knowledge in other areas that other candidates don't, that actually benefit the role more. You can always learn on the job. That's what I'm being given. So, you know, be your wonderful, confident self if you are interviewing in the month of September, because I see you grabbing an opportunity that's absolutely right for you. Okay. Now, moving away from the energy, because of course not everybody is, you know, looking for new work. It could be that you're securing your position, but with that Eight of Cups and the Three of Wands, this can indicate that you're looking at things that don't benefit you this month. You're walking away from anything that feels superficial. It feels very much like you're on a journey of self-discovery, really seeking greater authenticity in your friendships and in your situation. The Three of Wands is like, what else? You know, it's, you've come so far in a certain situation in your life, and now you're looking for either that missing ingredient, or you're looking for a little bit more excitement, a little bit more spontaneity in your world. For some of you, you're literally trying to get ready for some sort of trip. It could be that you're taking a quick trip, because the Three of Wands can be something that you've been looking forward to for quite some time, and you're just tying up loose ends, making sure everything's in order before you actually take that trip there as well. Now we do have the Four of Pentacles. So this is an energy that kind of indicates anything that you experienced pretty much last month. It'll be very similar. There's not too much change going on for you this month until the end, okay? And it's actually really positive change. But that Four of Pentacles, it basically means that you're taking ownership of your circumstances, of your energy in particular, because that Moon card and the Sun card can be like, you're feeling pretty drained, you're, you know, moderating your energy, you're being discerning about where you place your energy or where you focus that energy, and I feel like you're supercharged at the end of September and raring to go on something with that Hierophant. If you are in a career, I see that people in very high positions are noticing your work. And if you're an entrepreneur and you work for yourself, there could be someone who's been in the industry for quite some time, almost like they're iconic. They may actually reach out to you or write a comment in your social medias or whatever. Or it could be that, you know, you go to a convention and you actually have a conversation with this person. You may feel like starstruck with this person, but actually they're really down to earth, and they can open some doors for you, and they really want to, because they love what you're about, okay? Now, moving on from that, Four of Pentacles is to save. So a lot of you, that is your main goal this month, to save a little bit more. It can be also with that Four of Pentacles that, you know, you're hanging on to your money, but also you don't want to let life pass you by. So, you know, this is a healthy balance between treating yourself, but also saving for a rainy day. I mean, I don't see any rainy days here. You've got the Sun card. I mean, that's just metaphorically and energetically for you. Doesn't mean the weather. So with this Four of Pentacles, I feel like, you know, this is an energy of feeling proud of yourself, that, you know, you've come as far as you can with the resources that you've got. You're doing a really great job. You're putting a lot of effort into your life in general. And this is your protagonist energy. So you're starting the month in a secure position. I feel like also you're creating a financially secure foundation for yourself to start from. And I also feel this is you kind of being open to more abundance. I would also say don't hold on too tightly to things. I would say be a little bit more flexible this month because there is a little bit of change going on at the end of the month for you. It is positive, but I feel with that Five of Pentacles in the resistance position, I mean, it is an increase, but it could mean like for some of you, there could be like, I'll leave that to the side because I just feel like I don't want to connect to that energy right now. But I feel there's an opportunity coming in here that's a little bit out of your control, okay? It's something that you can't avoid, but it's actually really positive. So I'll just pull a card and see what that is before I mention the other thing. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide the Hermit? Okay. Now, I feel like it's something that you've waited and waited and waited for. It's something you've been wishing for a long time, to the point where you've almost withdrawn from it, or, you know, you've felt really fed up and exhausted that perhaps it hasn't shown up. Let's go one more with that Hermit energy. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Leo? What do they need to know? Ace of Wands. The universe is stepping in to transform your life in some way in the month of September, and it's going to be thrilling. I mean, this card can be like a new project. It can also be chemistry between you and a person. So if you're looking for love and you've been feeling a little bit abandoned or left out in the cold by love in general, there is someone coming in who can really pique your curiosity, and there is a spark. But ultimately, whether you're looking for love or not, this is a card that like indicates that you're exhausted, you've taken a temporary time out on something, or you've walked away from something, or just kind of like in the background felt, you know what, I'm wishing for this thing, but I'm working towards it, but it may not happen, or I don't know how it's going to go, and let's just feel my way through it. And then the universe says, surprise, well, this is something that you deserve. I feel this is like a powerful transformation in your life, and suddenly you're really, you know, excited, because when you get the Ace of Wands, it literally means dream big and bold, for now is the time that your dreams are becoming a reality. So I feel there's something that's going to be so exciting that you get a little bit nervous about it, almost like you're pinching yourself, like, is this true? Did this really happen? So I feel there's something happening for you, you know, whatever it is you're focused on, because of course it's going to be different for everybody there. Now, for some of you, you may feel that you've been just going through life like not being seen or unappreciated in some way. And that Hermit energy can indicate that some of you just feel like sometimes you just blend in with the background. But that's not true at all, because Leo, you tend to naturally shine. But if you have been feeling a little bit drained recently, or you wanted to withdraw because you needed to recharge your batteries, this is a card that indicates that the universe thrusts you into the spotlight in some way, successfully, for you to accomplish something where you will celebrate, but also this is your energy level spiking. So it could be that you're going to be very creative, very productive, and some of you may even withdraw in order to focus on a project or launch something that you've been thinking about for quite some time. So it's actually very, very positive. I do see that you're going to be very goal-oriented, you're going to be very busy, but I feel like you're being more discerning about your time. It's more like, okay, this is critical, so I'm going to focus on this. Anything else, I can put that on the back burner and return to it when I'm ready. And I feel you're going to leave the month of September really proud of yourself, that you did a job well done, and that you've accomplished some major things of your to-do list. Now, we do have the Temperance card. I'm going to let you know what that energy is that came through. Some of you, not all of you, so I don't want everyone freaking out, but some of you, there may be an unexpected bill that occurs this month, okay? And I would say, don't worry about it. I would say with that Nine of Swords and the Hierophant, find out more about it first, okay? Let me just pull a card on it, because I just feel like there's something like a little bit iffy about it. So it could be that like you have, because you've got so many cards about energy, it could be that there's an energy bill that's a little bit higher than usual, and you're like, excuse me, whoa, that shouldn't be like that. So it could be something that was a mistake. So I just want to find out first if this is a mistake. I mean, it doesn't have to be that. I'm just giving you an idea. For some of you, it could be that you're charged too much for something that you purchased, or perhaps it's like a subscription that starts to increase, and you're like, whoa, I didn't agree to that. And they're like, well, you know, we thought we'd just roll over the subscription for the next year. And you're like, well, I didn't agree to that. I took a 1-year subscription. So it could be something like that. Yeah, Nine of Cups. I feel there's compensation here. I feel like it works out well, but I just want you to be aware that it could happen, because it's an energetically appearing in your reading. But you may have to contest this, and it may cause a little bit of frustration, a little bit back and forth, either emails with customer service or phone calls. You know the drill. So that could happen there as well. But ultimately, this pile is screaming at me like wish being delivered. 9 of Wands is something you have been yearning for, wanting to achieve for quite some time. You achieve it. So for some of you with that 4 of Pentacles there and that Temperance card, it's a personal goal that you've had. This could be something that is connected to your health or to your physicality in some way, or if you've been a little bit unwell recently, it could be that you're, getting back to best in some way. It could also be, finding more mindfulness or peacefulness or serenity in the present moment there. Whatever it is for you, for some of you, it could be financial, because that 5 of Pentacles in the resistance position, it's in the reverse, like you got it like that. So it means anything that you feel like you lost out on, or if you've been having financial problems recently, then, there will be some sort of recovery in this circumstance. So that is positive. Now, that Temperance card, it is in the resistance position. So there could be, and this is for everybody, I guess, because of the energy that's going on, there could be some moments where you are triggered when it comes to patience, okay? So it could be that if you're driving, if you tend to drive places, it could be someone who is like in the fast lane, but they're going like super slow. And you're like, oh gosh, what is this about? I'm being given an energy of like, just slow down and think about your next move. Don't have any like rash kind of reaction to the circumstance. Just think things through, okay, first. So there may be a reason why this person is doing what they're doing, whether or not there is a reason. Of course, that person shouldn't be in the fast lane doing 20 or whatever it is. So it should be, that it's a different circumstance, but I am getting an energy of like slow down and think before you act. Now, this doesn't have to be something that's applied to people driving, for example. This is a card that's like, slow your reaction down a little bit. Find out the facts first before you jump to a conclusion, because we have that Hierophant there as well. So especially with the 9 of Swords present, there is the potential for a misunderstanding, or it's almost like with that 5 of Pentacles there, having a very sort of quick, sharp reaction to something without thinking it through could lead to a sadness or, a bit of a struggle. So for some reason, I'm getting like major interview vibes from this reading. So some of you could be trying to enter a group, or you're interviewing for a job, or perhaps you attend something that you want to get connected to long term. So it doesn't have to be like an official interview, but it could be. I'm just getting that sort of vibe. And I'm just getting an energy that whoever you meet in the interview, whether you get the role or not, or whether you want the role or not, or say, for example, because I see a lot of you getting something that you really wanted this month after a disappointment. So if there was a disappointment, I feel there's an energy here of you kind of like being really personable and sort of thanking a person, even though you may not have got something that you wanted, because this person, they're actually going to re-enter your life later on, like in another couple of years, and they're going to be very beneficial. So even if you don't get something, or something doesn't go in your favor, I feel this energy of you saying, thank you so much though for seeing me, or thank you so much for meeting with me. It just feels really personable. And this person, they're going to be integral to your life a little bit later on. So that's coming through there as well. Now, the Temperance card in this position, of course, it can indicate some basic frustrations. And with the Wheel of Fortune, I've already mentioned this, it's in a resistance position. So these can be things that are out of your control, but don't react too hastily to them, okay? Now, anything that is in the resistance position, it will go into the upright. Some of you may been feeling a bit low energy, low motivation, and you may have felt that everything that you try to connect to recently is not going the way you hope for. But September is actually working for you. So this trine that I was talking about is actually going to benefit you, where there are going to be good times ahead, and personally, things are going to work out in a favorable way. So I feel positive results are assured. This could be a really nice surprise for you. Mid-month is what I see there. Some really good news coming in. And with that Wheel of Fortune, it feels like your fortune turns for the better there. So I would say expect the unexpected in a positive way in the middle of the month there for you. But also I feel this card is, and it's not normally connected to this energy, but I have to honor what I'm getting. A lot of you are thinking about direction this month. Of course, you've got a lot on your plate. With the Temperance card twice, this can be that you're like spinning lots of plates, you're multitasking, but everything is coming together and it's starting to take shape. So whatever it is that you're working on or connecting to this month, whatever it is that you dream to become a reality, it shall be so, and it's working in your favor. And of course, that Five of Pentacles, it is in the resistance position, so it indicates that, you know, there is a recovery of a situation that perhaps you've been struggling with for quite some time. For some of you, you may have had problems concentrating recently, but you may actually identify the reason for this sort of lack of focus. It could be something that you're going through. I mean, there's a fluctuation card going on here. So we've got the Moon card, we've got the Temperance card twice, and these are all sort of connected to the water and fluctuation. So it could be a hormonal imbalance that you're going to discover in the month of September, or perhaps it's something that you're aware of, but you're just trying to calibrate it. And I feel like you will get right on track, and I feel you will have clearer mind. A lot of you, this is caused by poor sleeping patterns. Okay, so it could be that you are feeling restless when you go to bed recently, or perhaps it's been too warm and you're just getting a little bit like cranky about it, and it's just hard to get the right position to sleep. For some of you, it could be that you've got a lot on your mind and a lot on your plate, and you're just trying to do life the best you can. But I see that, you know, you will get better sleep as you leave September and you move into October there as well. Okay, so anything, of course, that goes into that is in the reverse, it will go into the upright there. So of course, financially, I feel like you will have a little bit more than you expect, but I feel, you know, as soon as it comes in, there's a secure amount, and I feel like, you know, of course it goes on bills, all of the things, but I do feel that, you know, there is a strategy that you're connecting to, either to release money blocks or to find an alternative way to save. I feel that there's an energy here of being really positive with how things work out at the end of the month. And this is not just financially, but this is in terms of, you know, things coming together and you learning a lot about what you're capable of under the circumstances that you've got, because you really are a tower of power. Okay. Now, for some of you, if you have been unwell, because the Five of Pentacles can connect to unwellness, I feel like there is a turn of events where you feel more energized, a little bit more back to best. I would say don't overdo it. Don't try and get back into the fray really quickly, because there may be a reset there. Some of you, I'm just getting this energy towards the end of the month, and I got to be honest with you, there's this energy in the neck where I'm getting a little bit of stress there. Okay, so some of you may look into like massage if you're lucky enough to do that, or get a family member to, you know, massage your neck. I'm just getting a little bit of pressure there at the end of the month. So it could be that you're either, you know, doing so many things that you have a lot on your plate, but I see that actually you're tying up so many loose ends. I see that you're going to be very productive, very goal-oriented, and very successful. I mean, this is a card of success. It's also a card here, as you can see, all the bricks are coming together. So it means you're creating something really solid and stable for yourself, something secure. And, you know, there is joy and happiness connected to this card as well. But also some of you may actually really identify what it is that's been stressing you out, or managing stress levels are going to be very important to you, especially at the end of the month there. But this card is a card that indicates it's your time to shine. So I'm getting a very positive energy here of abundance. But also I feel this is about people coming together, enjoying good company. And for some of you, there may be an invitation or something that you're invited to, but mid-month you are not so sure whether you want to go to it or not. But I feel it would be beneficial for you to go. Number one, you're going to have fun. Even if you feel like you don't know so many people there, I feel like a lot of people are going to want to know you. And I feel, you know, with the Hierophant, I feel there's someone there that you may want to know, okay, or who will be, you know, basically very valuable in terms of a friend. And I'm not just talking about they can offer you something. Friendship is more about, you know, two people really getting on with each other and sort of vibing at a frequency where you just have a good time in each other's company. But I feel this person, you know, they're going to be like a friend for life. So I feel like this is the opportunity to meet someone new there. For some of you, especially if you're married, you may be looking at reciprocity in your relationship, or if you're in a high-level commitment. I see a lot of you are kind of like looking at some things that maybe have been worrying you about the relationship. Maybe you and your partner have a very open, honest conversation where you take accountability and responsibility for actions and you turn things around. This is about keeping things fresh and making sure that you don't take each other for granted. Okay, there's a lot of love here is what I see. I feel actually you're in a secure relationship, so deep down there's nothing to worry about there. But it could be that, you know, when some people it's like, okay, let me put it like this. We cannot read each other's minds unless we're given flashes of insight, of course, but I would say that speak your truth loud and proud, because this person, the person you're with, they love you for that. You know, so if you have something you want to say, get it out in the open, because sometimes we can kind of expect another person to kind of read our mind and say, well, I thought they knew me. Why did they do that? Because if they did that, they, you know, they weren't thinking of me. They weren't very thoughtful in this situation. Remember, a lot of us, even though we try to be thoughtful for other people, we also are very much in our own head thinking about our own problems or our own journeys. So when we get caught up in our own narrative or story, sometimes, you know, we can be a little bit less thoughtful than usual. So I would say whoever you're dealing with, they really love you, and they are normally, I see, pretty thoughtful, but they may have something on their mind, and when you discuss it and get it out in the open, I feel it clears the air in some way. So there could be like a delicate conversation, but it feels very much like it's deepening your connection with this person. Now, the Sun card, of course, is a card of success. So a lot of you, this is about you striving towards your goals. This is a card of you honoring your energy and, you know, really looking at what you're capable of and being really proud of yourself. So I feel it's a great end to the month where you're going to look back and think, whew, that was a lot, because I feel like you are going to be doing a lot this month. And I feel like you're keeping on top of things, but also I feel like you're on track for your goals and dreams. You're completely aligned with your heart's desire, and you are on the right path there as well. Now, Nine of Swords, I would say at the end of the month, there's something on your mind. I'm going to pull a card and see what that is. I feel some of you are thinking about re-entering some sort of education. Could be that you're putting yourself in a course of learning, but also, you know, again, these two cards can indicate that some of you may have a problem with an authoritative figure, or you're thinking about someone in a position of authority and you're trying to really dissect what they're all about. For example, you know, if you are stopped by, you know, an officer, it could be that you're wondering, why did they stop me? Or it could be that, you know, I mean, I don't see any speeding energy here, but maybe the Temperance card twice is kind of like, you know, keep at a moderate pace, because that energy keeps coming up, because there is a potential for a speeding ticket, of course. But I would say with these two cards, this is about you having faith under difficult circumstances. So if you have been struggling with something, the universe is going to show you some really good things to say, trust in the process. Things are going to work out in your favor, because I feel everything is starting to slot into place for you there, okay? Now let me just pull a card on that Nine of Swords, because this can also be, especially since we have the Leo card of the Sun there, this could be you identifying where you talk about yourself negatively, you know, that inner critic. So it could be that you are trying to be a little bit more positive about yourself, or catch yourself when it comes to how you talk about yourself. So I feel for some of you, you're learning about words and their power, because remember, every part of our body is listening to our minds. And if we feel that we are not enough, or we, you know, are really critical upon ourselves, you know, the rest of the body is taking that on. There was like a, and I don't know if this is true or not, but, you know, I'm going to look it up afterwards, because I'm just being given it. So I'm just going to give you what I'm being given. But of course, there's like some sort of study of a person who they kind of like thought to themselves before bed, that they were either, living a certain lifestyle, or they were looking a certain way, or they were, connecting to all these things that they want in life. And because that sort of period in between sleeping and waking is one of the most powerful times where your brain is connecting to different frequencies. And what you can visualize in your mind, you can have in your hand, or you can actually become. So I feel a lot of you are really just paying close attention to the way that you talk to yourself. And it's almost like how you talk to yourself is how you're becoming. So I feel it's almost like some of you beautiful Leos are having a bit of a pep talk with yourself and saying, okay, I need to embrace the awesome side of myself, recognize that I am secure, I'm doing a good job, and I'm connecting to really positive things. And then you're going to start to see those things flow towards you more often. So that's something that's coming out. So maybe some of you are, looking at some self-help videos online, or you're connecting to, with the Hierophant, some of you could be thinking about therapy, or you're connecting to, meditation, yoga, Reiki, or even like hypnotism, something where you're kind of like retraining or reprogramming your thoughts in some way. That's something that perhaps you're either thinking about doing, or it's something that you will be connecting to in the month of September, and it's going to be very beneficial. It's a long-term progress is what I'm seeing there. Now we've got the King of Pentacles. So some of you could have been worried about finances, but I do see that you increase your finances, especially if you're an entrepreneur. Some of you may have been a little bit worried. Maybe there's been a bit of an unseasonal dip in finances, but I actually see that there is an uptake in your business there. So there could be some more clients coming your way. But also, I feel some of you are learning new skills or new things to implement in your business to keep things fresh. But I wouldn't worry about it, because the more we worry, the more we attract more things to be worried about. So maybe that's what's connecting you there. Also, some of you may have been worried about a person in your life there. But I see that, spending time with this person, dropping by, calling them, reaching out to them, they think about you a lot, whoever this person is. So it could be a parent, it could be a guardian, could be someone like a long friend that you haven't reached out to for a while. I would say this person, they really long to hear your voice, and it just kind of like changes their mood for the day. So I see this person, they may actually reach out and leave a message for you, and I feel you rekindle the relationship in some way. So if this person tends to be a little bit critical or difficult sometimes, I feel, you and this person, you get back to best. There's an olive branch there. But if not, I feel, with the Hierophant there, some of you may, if you're a carer, for example, and you're dealing with someone who needs your care and attention, you could actually get some advice from a third party, or perhaps you kind of like brainstorm and find a person who can help you in those caring endeavors as well. Okay, so that's coming out there too. But King of Pentacles, this is about you attracting more wealth. This is about you being an entrepreneur or enterprising new ideas. A lot of you, this is about you making really good decisions for you and your family, okay? And it's about you being smart and reaping the rewards of your hard work. So whatever it is you've been connecting to, whether it's connected to a goal, a dream, a pension, or some sort of financial repayment or strict budget, I feel like you're getting serious about your financial plans this month, mainly because your 2nd and 8th house are governing you. But the Hierophant, it could be that you're like learning online about financial structures for generational wealth. The Hierophant could also indicate that this is you having faith, especially when you are tearing yourself down or having doubts, because we all have them. We're all human. We all have moments where we feel, will it go the way that we hope for? I don't know how things are going to go, but I'm getting an energy. It's like things are uncertain sometimes, but we just got to feel that fear and do it anyway. And with the Sun card presiding your whole energy, it means there is a positive outcome. There is joy, and there is a brighter future to look forward to. Everything is taking shape. And sometimes a measure of success is when everything kind of like starts to get really chaotic and starts to fall apart or doesn't go the way you hope for. That's when you're due a major breakthrough. So I feel there is a positive energy here. This card can also indicate you're rising above stress or, critical energy and chaos, and you're finding peace of mind or protecting your inner sanctuary. But also, this card can indicate that, you know, you're taking a traditional route in some way, a tried and tested pathway, but you're also going to try and find an adventurous approach to it, or try to find a fresh new approach to something that you've already been doing, so that you make sure it runs smoothly there too. Okay, some of you could also be getting advice in some area, whether it's something legal, or whether it's something to basically help you on a personal level, because I feel a lot of your month is about your personal journey. It's about you really diving deep into your emotions, looking at what drains you, who drains you, what you're really connecting to at this time, your sense of purpose, and you just want to be happy. Simple things. So it can be that you're looking at, you know, when things are really going well, suddenly there's that inner critic. Suddenly there's a little fear, like, okay, things are going really nicely in a relationship or a friendship or in a family dynamic. Where's the fly in the ointment? If you tend to have turbulent relationships with certain people and they seem to be on form, you know, in that moment, you could always be feeling like a little bit on eggshells, waiting for the moment where suddenly everything changes. So I feel that actually this is going to be a good month for you when it comes to relationships, friendships, creative endeavors, projects, being on top of life, and there's some extra luck along the way there for you as well. Okay, so let's get some final cards before we close your reading. Virgo. Okay, so we have some strong Virgo energy there. This card is really not about your sign, it's about how the energy is affecting you this month. And this is about you being really organized. It's about you analyzing, you know, deep in thought about your next steps, strategizing, securing your position in life, and attracting more opportunity, success, and good times, you know, fun there. But also because we got the Moon card, this could be you delving deeper into the unknown. We have witchy, analytical, perfectionist, details, critical, response, humble, orderly, insightful, alchemist, and health. Now, all those themes came up in your reading this month, so I'm not surprised to get this card. So you're going to be heavily governed by the Virgo energy this month, as well as your 2nd and 8th house. But also some of you could be looking at like documentaries of the unknown. You may look into the occult in some way. Some of you may learn about tarot, for example, or you may actually use your own knowledge and maybe put a course online, or maybe you may start up a business in esoteric practices in some way, or you may be just developing your spiritual gifts and deepening your belief system, because I feel heavily that's what's happening in your reading, that you're connecting to your sense of belief. And I feel that, you know, yes, you've been under a lot of pressure and there's been a struggle. I mean, it feels very heavy energy, but the end of September is going to be much lighter for you, and the catalyst is in the middle of the month, where this good news kicks in, or, you know, the wheel of fortune turns in your favor. So very, very positive time. It means that you're remaining on track. You're strategizing the next steps on your path, and things are coming together for good reason. So I'm just going to go and get a trinket or a rune before we close. Oh, okay, we've only got one there. Yeah, so we have a very important one. This is the wood rune, and this is all about your energy levels, okay? Remaining positive. It also connects to rapport between you and another person. So it could be love. I mean, your main focus is not love. So if you're single, I actually see you like really trying to enjoy who you are and your single life right now, and connect to more things like experiences that make you happy and bring joy. I mean, right now, I also see that, of course, you know, you may be reaching out to somebody who's been having a bit of a bad time, but I also see that more than anything, you're focusing on your own needs, having your own needs met, not in a selfish way. I feel like you're just looking at where you're extending all this energy, and is it helping you in your life? What else have I got here? With this energy, I mean, this is you reconnecting to that lust for life, really, and learning more about what you're into, what really sets your soul on fire. And a lot of you, I mean, for some of you, if you're in like a education system already, for example, you may be doing a course, whether it's online or in person. You could have a test, or there's some sort of module that you'll have to pass. You're going to pass it with flying colors, okay? Don't worry about it. Just show up and be your wonderful self and put your knowledge to whatever test it is. And I just see that even though you're uncertain, I feel like you're secure in the knowledge that you have. So I'll leave it there. Hope something connects to some of you out there for this month. Also, you're still in time to enter that competition that I've opened for one subscriber to win a free personal reading from me. All you have to do is write in the comments box below, "Love is the answer," and my guides will bring me to one subscriber to win that free personal reading. And of course, please keep your notification bell on, because I will upload a video at the end of August. I mean, this is a September reading, but I'm doing it at the end of August right now for you. And I will upload the winner's name in a video, and you'll want to make sure that notification bell is on so you will find out if it's you or not that won that reading. Okay, so thank you so much, my beautiful Leo, and love and light.